That's the tree.
We had Iron just recently. Brady, touchdown. Banker. Regard. Like the other ones.
I do like the 11.
Yeah.
That was actually part of the slide. And we already have it. So I kind of think that's going to come up. But I'm still waiting for one of the numbers. Obviously, 11 is very specific numbers.
Yeah.
So,
That was
Oh, frick, that's a tree.
so yeah, I'm going to talk about bleed over because you probably got that close to St. John over here. Even though these are two different sanctuaries, we have seen intersecting areas.
Oh, yeah.
So we can have St. John come over here and we can have it in there. Still close enough in proximity.
Right.
So, so that's why I'm excited about 11. That's it. That's down. Doing a lot of a lot of touchdown football turns. So
Watch it. Don't get in the frame. Oops, I accidentally.
Are you supposed to record the whole time?
Yup. Unless. Oh, my back hurts. Yup. Oh well.
I heard the number 5 and it jumped.
Yeah.
some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. Again, we are here to kind of stir things up, and then we're going to be going over by St. Philip's Church and Powder Magazine, and hopefully you're going to get more like bleed over from here over to there, even along with the piece of history I'm going to tell you on that space. So it's almost like you're doing a double whammy. But anyway, Duelers Alley. Every ghost tour that comes down here tells the exact same story, because this duel actually occurred and we can actually prove it, but we're not doing campfire marshmallow ghost tour kind of stuff. We're actually going into details. So here's how this goes. There's a doctor that moves down here from Rhode Island. This is why I'm having him look for RI. So if you guys are getting my point, we're going to talk more about that RI in just a second, but his name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you that are still listening in on your spirit boxes, if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it is not coincidence. We get it here all the time. It is part of his name. So he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents, and she has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash. The attorney thinks that the doctor is just after her money. So he tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. He moves to Charleston to prove that he's not. He's coming into town, and the coachman that brought him in set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay here in Charleston. Somebody was walking by with the name Ralph Isaacs, who has the same initials as Rhode Island. So we were getting the letters RI on the red spirit boxes all the time, and to verify that, I bought the Ouija board device to see if it would actually pop up during this part of the history. And in the 6 months that I've had it, I can say at least 4 or 5 times it has come up on cue whenever I brought up Ralph Isaacs. So, and it comes up on his device, and I don't know what letters he's getting right now, but I can hear it going off for sure, which is very weird. Which, by the way, with yours, Andy, the baseline here is going to be about a 7 because we do have lamp posts near us.
Yeah, it's only 4 point.
Yeah, so I'm not excited about that because of the lamps. But anyway, back to Ralph. He tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. He's like, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me to 59 Church Street. You can rent a space from them, and you'll be safe and good to go. Dr. Ladd took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's money. He became known as the Whistling Doctor because Amanda's moving down so they can get married. It's the 1780s where men actually whistled all the time. Here's what I'm going to tell you about whistling ghosts. Every haunted city has a cliched whistling ghost. We have one too. It just happens to live here. So kind of giving you the gist of like whenever you're down here, every tour will tell you to listen for the whistles because it's always this quiet down here. We have 3 video cameras running plus my voice recorder. You don't have to use the extra energy to be able to listen for it. If it's going to be there, it'll be on one of those 4 devices. Back to the doctor and Ralph. They go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats. That's just the way the hierarchy works for the city of Charleston. So they go see Richard III one night. They're arguing over the new actress on their way home. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiance, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It gets ugly, they go their separate ways. Ralph has friends here in town, he goes to his friends at the newspaper, puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a you're a disgrace to society kind of mentality. Doctor saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley, let's settle this. Keep in mind that this entire argument started over in Actress. Yeah, so they came down, they took their 10 paces, they turned, the doctor pointed his flintlock in the air, and he shot his one shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight. But Ralph, he has his one bullet, puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. You can see keywords that I look for when we're here, by the way, right? So he puts it in the kneecap. He didn't kill his friend, but he's proven that he's still pissed off. So doctor falls to the ground, his friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later on November 2nd of 1786. So he also refused medical treatment during those 10 days after he was taken back to 59 Church Street. Why? It's 1786. Gunshot wounds are a lot different back then than they are now. He probably just tried to bleed out the lead poisoning himself. So, like I said, every tour that comes down here will tell you, listen for the whistles. There's obviously a lot more that goes on down here than just whistling. But I will tell you that we had that RI show up several times. We will get the word whistle that will show up on a radio station somewhere during a spirit box. We've had whistling parts of songs. We've had the word doctor, 59, things about the house where he lived in. We have a lot of evidence that shows the doctor does come down here from time to time and will throw us a little nod of, hey, I'm the whistling doctor. So kind of keep that in mind. We're going to be getting a lot of those cues, hopefully, not just here, but also at the next location. But I'm also going to tell you that if you're going to go down this alley all the way by yourselves when I'm not with you, because I can't take you down there because I've been kicked out of here, we're going to get into that. And Carol's like, oh shit, who the hell did we sign up for? But anyway, turn on your voice recorders on your phones, see if you get any whistling in the background. But just keep in mind, every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. And it's not always going to be, it's going to sound like a faint wind in the background. It's not going to be one of those. So kind of keep that in mind. Here's how I got booted out of here, because now you all are looking at me like, what the hell did we sign up for? This alley, first off, you need to know, did not go all the way through this way. There was a wall this way, about halfway between us and Cumberland Street. Why? Because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. It was called Cow Alley back then, before Dueler's Alley. That means the bricks on the other side are sun-dried bricks from slave children. So that means that there is a full handprint from a slave child at the end, along with some fingerprint swipes off to the bricks off to the left. So yeah, you guys have head nods, you probably read that they're all over town. This is one of those spaces. So I used to take my groups all the way through here.
I have RI now.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Nice. See? Told you. Can't make this stuff up. It's how many letters in the alphabet, and what are the combination combos that we could possibly get. But anyway.
I have all the pain.
All the pain, and as I'm talking about the poor slave kid, I treat that brick down there, by the way, the same way I do a grave. That kid's not there. That's the last place you're going to find him. November 26th of 2020, my entire team of 10, same size as you guys, is huddled around that one brick, waiting for something to happen out of the gadgets that I gave them. The kid's not there. I'm trying to shoo them along for that fact, and the fact that we're outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm just trying to be respectful, not realizing I'm out of bounds. I was new at this. So the new owner of that mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because her dad's getting yelled at, and we moved on. So the next day was Thanksgiving. I don't work Thanksgiving because I worked in retail management before this. I don't do Thanksgiving. The day after that, I called my partner. It's November 28th. Yes, the date's irrelevant. I'm going to get to it. But I called my partner that I had at the time, kind of piggybacking off learning tourism, and I told him what happened. He said, dude, you can't go down that far. You're only allowed to go down halfway, or you got to reroute the group. I decided that night, I had another cool night because it's Black Friday, I'm going to reroute the group. What I told them was, I don't believe in the next story. I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. If you haven't picked up, we're going to be talking about pirates next. So, somebody on a spirit box heard the name Anne on a spirit box before we left this area. I didn't tell them who we were going to be investigating. The famous female pirate Anne Bonny. So I went, okay, maybe we have something. We get up there, I told them what little bit I did know about piracy, like we kind of winged it a little bit. Somebody else hears the number 300. I don't know what that means. I write it down, I researched it the next morning. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. So you guys are looking at me like I see the surprised looks on your faces, but I was like, damn it. Here's my problem with pirates. Master's degree in creative writing, I need data and facts. Pirate stories are based off of pirate lore. Nothing is concrete enough for me to say this is what's going on. I've read more damn books on pirates trying to debunk these stories as much as I possibly could to make sure everything we're going to be discussing is accurate as possible at our next location. So we are going to let this gentleman pass through here, and then you guys are going to tell me if you guys have heard anything, have seen anything.
Yes. No. There was red on the wall and on there. It was like
nice.
bouncing
I've
off.
seen a little flash there. So trees are not your best friend with that because leaves are always in front of me.
It was right here.
Yeah.
Here
as long as it's
and
there,
here.
I'll definitely dive in.
But then she picked it up and paused it, so I don't know.
Because the
It
dude
went
was
away.
walking by, so she was
Yeah.
doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
But
like,
it-
yeah.
I
I'm
know,
doing the
I
right
know.
thing.
But I was seeing something interesting.
Anything else coming out of there besides
You're
the RI?
recording it. Gosh.
No, it's spelled a word, it's spelled war, and R-I.
RI and war. I'll take it. Again, getting words spelled out for us is weird because I mean you've given me how many words so far tonight? You had that weird anagram.
Uh-oh. It was
Yeah.
play, but war was spelled W-A-R, correctly.
Nice.
Play was out of order. So it's L-P-A-Y.
Right. And that's the way I wrote it down so I would remember. Anything else being heard or said? Alright, so I definitely need to check the SLS for this location. Awesome.
How about McKenna?
It's a little kind of newer of a name, I think. It might be more of a last name than it would have been a first name for the 1700s. Before we leave the space, the gate behind me, just kind of a quick of why that's actually there. Remember that the alley didn't go all the way through this way. If there was a loser to the duel, this was the shortcut to get over to the cemetery that's on the other side of this wall. So a lot of people don't know why this archway is actually here. The wrought iron was probably put here in the early 1900s, but the archway you can see is definitely original work from the alley itself. But again, I always like to call this the death gate because otherwise, if there was a loser and this gate wasn't here, they had to go all the way down to Queen Street and loop and double back. Like that's a lot of steps for dead weight. So this was just a kind of a shortcut to get over St. Philip's Cemetery and drop off the dead bodies so they can go celebrate the winter. And Carol's looking at it like, oh shit, this town is weird. So are we ready to go learn about crazy pirates and do investigate even more? Those of you with cameras, if you want to keep them running, just be discreet. We're going to stay out of the, you guys get the point. We're going to stay out of the way of the other tours if there's anybody over there. But again, it's only right around the corner, so if you don't want to stop your video, let's get rolling. Let's do this. Come on, Chloe, we got to get you back to work.
Oh yeah. No, I don't want to creep them out.
The British find out where they are. They send a fleet of ships to come take down one pirate ship. Anne and Mary, it's rumored that they were the only two people that came up and fought with one bullet flintlocks, probably because they didn't know how to use cannon jet, because the other crew that was down below deck, too drunk to fight. Obviously, two ladies with one bullet flintlocks, not going to take on a whole fleet of ships. They get arrested. As they're being arrested, she looks at the captain in bow, Calico Jack. This is Jack. I'm so sorry to see you here. If you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog. The word dog shows up a lot. We've even had it on the Ouija board over there. But again, kind of take that for what it's worth. The judge wants to see the two men, quote unquote, that fought back so valiantly on their own. The Calico Jack and the drunk pirates are already dead and gone. He's tried and hung them, so they're already gone. The two ladies go in front of the judge and they reveal their gender, hoping to save themselves. The judge doesn't give a shit that they're female. He's still gonna hang them, still pirates. So, and they scream out, "We plead our bellies," which means they're claiming to be pregnant because you cannot hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. They're trying to save themselves. Again, he delays the hanging, sends them both back to jail, but Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He was an attorney back home. He bails out Anne, brings her home. She remarried. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4. But we're going to count Mary Reed. She has 4 kids, dies at the age of 84. Yes, very abrupt ending because we don't know much about her after her pirate career. Mary Reed dies 5 months later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirates die from in a Jamaican jail. Now, I only left out a few things, on purpose, so you guys had something to work with. I'm not going to assign questions. This is also not a prominent English woman where we have to tiptoe around. Poke the bear here. Let's get some damn answers from this angry, kick-ass pirate, right? So, here's what I left out. I left out the name of Anne's parents, if you want to ask what those are. Remember, that's the father and the mistress. I also left out the name of Calico Jack's ship on purpose, so you guys had something to work with. The name of the city where Anne grew up in Ireland. And the color of her hair, which I'm sure most of you will guess was red. So I will give you that one. So everything else is fair game. If you guys get direct answers, by all means, get those direct answers.
Yeah.
EMF detector. So with yours specifically, the closer you get to that front half, we have 2 electrical poles. I don't get excited. It's normally along this back half. If you get a 2.5 or higher, we actually had a 4.9 here last night, and now you're stoked. It's not the Pinckney Mansion site.
Right.
So you guys have that idea. Anything showing up on our word list that we need to know about?
Out before time, diamond. Innovative.
Innovative. Anybody hear anything on their spirit boxes yet?
I heard 19.
19. Okay. Nicole, you got anything? Wyatt?
Wyatt. And I still keep hearing galley. I still keep hearing galley.
I wonder if you are repeating this. some way. And that's why you're struggling. I'll take a look at yours real quick. Because that's weird for you to hear. That's a weird word to term.
That's a weird word, and I've
Yeah.
heard it like 8 times.
Ow. Say quiet. Okay, and then 19. Alright guys, let's spread out and see what we can find. So, Nicole, let me take a look at the spirit box real quick. I just want to make sure you're not like 3 planks. I think that's good.
Ginger. Ginger. Ask her about if she's natural.
What kind of pirate are you?
People are gonna think I'm recording their cars. I'm just gonna chill. Watch out, Karen. Can I go sit down? Yeah. On that bench, maybe. Just gonna chill. Yeah, I'm gonna sit on that bench. Oh, frick. Whew, okay. Because he said you could?
Tell us what it was like to be a pirate.
Different. Trying to stay away from the trees. I got the lame job. What's this? I don't know. It's probably just part of the structure or something.
Where?
That thing. It's probably just part of the structure because it's there for too long.
There's no person there. Maybe it's acting funny.
No, it's probably just because of the structure. It does that with the tree.
Walk over here. Walk a little closer.
She's gone now.
Yeah.
How's that going over there? Any crazy words? gateway up there too, which you might not be able to have all the. Again, this is a hit or miss location. We either get a lot or nothing.
Really?
It's definitely not the Pinky Mansion site where I have 10 to 12 things irrelevant.
Yeah.
That was kind of a good spot for us tonight. I know I cut it short and it felt like we had enough. And that EMF, when it starts getting that high, it really starts to get, okay,
Really?
how high are you going to go? Like, I need to watch myself. I'm paying attention to.
So you're sensitive to that?
It's more or less because of the amount of the EMF in the air. So if I could start getting migraine or those kind of things, and I've come out here with headaches before, and I can work all the way through it. But if things start turning into some of my migraines, I'm having seizures, then I have to worry. So that's where like too much EMF, like there's too much going on. You know what's weird too is like because I have an office down here now, like there'll be times where like after I'm done with the data, I'm like
How'd you get a number?
Yeah, those things.
Government twice.
Nope.
all right, let's rein this in because we had a little bit of occurrence that I need to tell you.
The graveyard at Circular Church. Turn it that way.
Okay.
So remember he said someone touched him.
Say 11:10, it's almost there. We are looking to speak to Henry Timrod. I guess first off, so CJ, can you hear me? Good. Stacy, can you hear me?
And me?
Oh, good names. All right. Henry Timrod, please tell us your occupation if you are here with us.
Faith.
Henry Timrod, we need to know your occupation, please. Henry Timrod, we need you to come through or tell us if there's somebody else here. Who do we have here with us if you're not Henry Timrod? I hope you don't think they're supposed to be memorizing 10 minutes worth of stuff they're hearing. Family members, let them know, lift their earbuds or tap them out for a second and let them know they're supposed to be talking.
Hey,
What?
you're supposed to be saying what you hear.
I don't hear anything.
You're supposed to
Have
be
you turned it
saying
up?
stuff. Turn it all the way up.
Yeah, it's
You're
not.
supposed to be saying stuff that you hear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So don't just memorize.
Just want to make
anything
sure.
that
Some
says
people
that.
don't get it.
Do that. When you hear something, say it.
All right. So Henry, these three young ladies can hear you. You need to tell us through their little boxes that they're holding what you want us to know. I'm going to start with, what is your occupation, sir? Can you tell us what those people behind me are doing?
Death.
Dying. What were those people doing with their hands?
This dude's dumb.
$6,000.
Okay, Henry, let's just dive right in. Can you tell us? My tickets are not that expensive, Henry. Oh, here we go. Henry, what is coming out of the church right now? We get this answer all the time. Henry, please tell us what sound we just heard out of the church.
House.
Come on, Henry. Henry, what came
That's
out?
about to change.
What's about to change? I want you to tell us what happened out of the church. What sound did we hear? No, keep in mind the answers Let's dive back into your
Where?
What did she say?
Where?
Where?
Across the street, Henry. You know where the church is? St. Michael's. Let's get back into your family. Can you tell us the name of your wife or your son, please?
What?
Just want to know that you're here. Did she say quit? Henry, you need to tell these young ladies what you want us to know. We're hoping to have a small conversation here. I know there's a lot of people here, pretty shy and timid.
22.
Who else do we have here with us? This is not Henry Timrod. I need you to tell us your first name, please. Who was 22 when they got shot? What is your first name?
Watch out.
Who was 22 when they got shot? I know, there's a lot of noise. It's a busy Friday. Paul? Is that what she said?
I heard all.
It sounded like.
Good with the name Paul, but that brings us back to Henry, who I don't think is actually here.
3. The right person comes along.
Henry, let's talk about your wife. That's usually a happy thought for you. Can you tell us your wife, Katie's maiden name?
Marco.
What's your wife's maiden
Bob.
name? It was Goodwin, by the way, for anybody that cares to know. Katie, what was her maiden name? Stood up for that. Henry, I need you to push through. Know somebody else is here with you? Can you tell us who else is here with you?
The people.
Let's push through. We need to talk to you directly. Anything crazy going on over there? Nothing yet? Just be mindful of the other tour walking by, so let's huddle back in a little bit. Aaron, you too, please. Where are we at? We're in 16, so 6 minutes.
You were right.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty close. Henry, I need you to tell us what was going on with your wife. Can you tell us how old she was when you met her? She was only 16.
Personally.
He was her school teacher.
Oh, he was her school teacher.
Yeah, that was definitely another scandal.
Yeah. Lots of scandals back in the day.
You guys can all hear the spirit monsters, right? They are super loud.
Yeah.
Henry, we need to push through. How many people are here with you?
Short.
He was short. Can you tell me what kind of facial hair you had? Prove to me that you are actually here with us?
Outside.
You had a mustache. Very distinctive, very thick mustache.
Material Girl is playing.
Tend. I got commodity and tend.
She wasn't a servant, like a Mary Brennan was for the pirates.
No.
Right, no, who's three? No, the three. That's the second time I've said second person. Henry, really push through. Is that how many people are here with you? That's a yes, no question.
Mark?
Self. Fire.
public?
Not in public. We're in private.
Business. 766.
Thought we almost had somebody else's birthday of somebody who I actually think is here, but it's off by 2 numbers. Sorry, that's why I'm not looking at it. Henry, who else do you have here with you? Somebody that would be older than you, for sure.
Any older?
Who else is here with you?
What'd you say?
7 and come on.
Over.
And we're running out of time. You know, we only do this for 10 minutes a night, trying to connect with you. So we're running out of time. We are down to about a minute. Anything that you want to answer for us at this point, I need it to be specific to you,
Cold.
you alone.
Rock. Charleston.
Henry, do you want us to quit and leave? That's a yes, no answer.
Right. 723.
All right, family members, let's tap them out. Tap the legs.
Ow.
You're hysterical, by the way.
Material girl, does that mean anything? 'Cause that was pretty funny.
Normally we get that over. We just want to see yours because I want to stop it, so that way I know it's the exact last part of the recording that came out of the Estes method. First off, how does everybody feel? You guys okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, TJ, you good? How long do you guys think you were under? Take a guess.
5 minutes.
You were under for the full 10.
Really?
So most people will say that it's about 2 to 3. So that's what it feels like. It's like 2 to 3 minutes because it goes by super quick. So I'm not going to say that this was completely unsuccessful, only because you guys, all 3 of you, were giving me clues of things that we've been getting here. That's why I kept asking like who else is here with us. We weren't getting direct answers to my direct questions, but the house that we talked about from Dr. Ladd inside the Doors Alley, that house is literally 0.3 miles that way. We get clues around that house. Somebody said they were 22, then shot. Dr. Ladd was 22 when he was shot. And then we had 766 came out specifically. The doctor was born in July of 1764. So I was rolling, I'm like, what year was it? What year was it? So we had like 766. I'm like, where's the 4? So we were damn close. But again, that's a close, but no cigar. I will also tell you, something else came up. Someone said your house. We've been getting traits about the house specifically. I was waiting for like the color of the house to show up, something with the name of the house. Oh, did you say Otom earlier? Was that like a certain thing? Do you remember saying anything like that? So that 59 Church Street address that I told you guys about earlier, we call it the Thomas Rose House. We normally will get things like flower or rose or red rose or something along those lines. But I thought when you said Otom, I'm like, okay, maybe we do have something, and then a 22 shot thing came about. So am I going to call this successful? No. Am I going to dive into the last 10 minutes of that recording to see what I find and just wait for it to happen? Yes, but I'm hoping that Henry's going to push through. You guys aren't going to know the story until you guys get your data back in the morning. So again, I like to leave you guys in the dark. That's the fun part. So any readings come out of there at all? So I am going to have you, and by the way, 3 of you do not get up. I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes because again, if you get up and it's like a baby giraffe, you just fall right to the ground because you've been sensory deprived for the past 10 minutes. So I am going to have you take a quick lap in the grassy knolls now that everybody's gone. Let me know if you come across anything. You don't need to hang out in one specific area. Okay. Just do 1 lap and let me know what you get out of it. Anything crazy going on with you guys?
Some little flashes over there. I don't know what that is.
Very interesting. Did you guys want to take a quick lap too while I collect everybody else's gear?
Yeah.
See if you get anything else out of that?
Sure.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay.
take a quick lap. I'm going to get these, everybody else kind of squared away, and then we'll get the party wrapped up. Is it what you thought it was?
We're gonna come this way. All right, talk to it. Say, is anybody here?
What's up? I don't know what's up.
I don't know.
Where am I?
What's your name?
How you doing?
That is a person. I don't know, maybe that's normal.
With my dad?
The judge?
Or with your grandma?
There was one point where literally it was completely silent all
It
night.
kept going. And then it just stopped.
Yeah, it was just complete static.
Like, even whenever you tapped me,
Let me see.
There was nothing.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
he made us tap all three of you and be like, let's just make sure because all of you were getting dead quiet. Nobody was saying
I was like,
a word.
I'm not hearing anything.
Anything crazy nuts going on?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's just picking
Like,
up
the
on
words I
edges
did
of
hear were
things.
pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are all going to have the video, obviously, when you get your data back, so you guys can go straight to the last 10 minutes or so of each video, so you can watch it that way. The audio piece will already have it too. You'll also see me that I separate in your data piece all of the things that went on with this whole experiment, so that way you guys can see what I found in the recording and so forth.
So you're saying we'll find more